Ooh, little zoomy right there. Hey, good morning. You already know what it is up at Joe's Fitness Center. Welcome to the Jungle Gym. And hate to do it to you, but I'm going to. Got to film a little bit of this workout because I'm changing it up starting, well, today. So I wanted to go chest one day, back another day. Yesterday did chest, which was only push-ups. What did I do yesterday? I did push-ups, shoulders, and squats. So chest one day, back the next, and I'm going really hard for back day today. So I'm doing back flies, I'm doing side raises, I'm doing forearm curls, get that forearm strong, and I'm doing these back I guess karma's a real bitch, huh? Joe, we don't want to see you working out. We don't want to see you working out. Look, I was trying to film, just sharing what I was doing this morning, and I was holding the damn Joby, this thing right here, and she detached and she hit the ground pretty hard while filming, and the camera will still film, so it's filming right now. It's filming right now. Me filming. But the problem is the microphone took a hit too. And this is an expensive microphone right here, and this thing will not cut on at all. So maybe it's just dead, needs to be recharged, or maybe this thing got crushed in that fall and destroyed. This camera certainly isn't made for tumbling. That's what I get for trying to film the workout. All right, let's get ready to do some sanding first thing this morning. It's first thing this morning, and we're getting ready to do some sanding. All right, I don't much trust the audio on this GoPro. This is the one that I sent underwater, so I'm gonna use it anyways. Hey, when you don't have sanding pads, you can make sanding pads sometimes if you have other sandpaper. I've got a couple of sanding wheels, big round sanding pads for the disc sander when you got a bunch of shit to sand. But anyways, it's gonna get dusty in here. I ain't gonna have a whole lot of conversation. I need to get this sanded. That way I can get the third and final coat of mud on here and be ready to move on with this bathroom. Be ready to paint and be ready to do tile this weekend. So that's the game plan. Hope this sander's gonna work. It's gonna be super dusty. It's gonna be 90 something degrees today too. So trying to get all the hot work done ASAP. It's Friday before 4th of July. Hope you guys have some good 4th of July plans. And I ain't really doing much of nothing. Yeah, we got some paper bubbling up, which I don't like. Damn, I hate when that happens. Is it happening anywhere else? Hope I don't have to cut that out, but I may have to. All right, let's get ready to get into it. Yeah, buddy. That's dusty. The world. I had a freaking thing on. Shit. Whew. Hey, Boy, my eyes are burning. Damn. Probably should have had some safety goggles on in there. 9:51 in the morning, got done with the workout, got done with the run, ran 2 miles, get to that in a little bit, and haven't even had a shower yet. Been in the bathroom sanding, waiting on the dog groomer to get here. The dogs are getting a bath and they getting a little haircut today. So it's Friday before 4th of July. 4th of July is on Monday. And as I begin this, I hope you guys have a awesome 4th of July. Stay safe and enjoy it. The best that you're able to do so. So, where do I even begin? I dropped this camera that I'm filming. Matter of fact, had to make sure that it was, the microphone was working. I dropped this thing big time this morning. I don't drop cameras. This was the first time that I've done so that I can remember ever. So anyways, it's the first time that I can remember dropping a camera. I was holding it by one of the legs and the leg fell off, man. So the microphone stopped working, didn't know what was up with that. I thought that maybe the battery just got killed immediately in it. Brought it back, was trying to charge it, was charging kind of funny, took it all apart, realized the battery was knocked out of whack, put the battery back in correctly, and it seems to be working. So this camera took a tumble and still seems to be okay. Thank God for that. I did my run this morning. I ran 2 miles. Somebody had made a comment, and I know they're just, commenting about any old thing, saying, Joe, you can't say that you're running 2 miles if you're stopping and walking throughout the run. You're right. You're right. So tell you what, per mile, I'm stopping on average of 3 times. Now, on the second mile, I stopped 4 times. So let's just say 4 times per mile I'm stopping. I'm doing about 1/3 of a mile, sometimes about a dub of a mile, 1/8 of a mile, a dub. I'm doing about 1/8 of a mile or 1/3 of a mile before I stop and I walk for about 0.3 to 0.5 of a mile, whatever that is. So let's just say I'm stopping 4 times per mile and I'm walking 0.4, so that's a 1/16 of a mile. So I'm still running over 1.5 miles. Is that right? 16, yeah, over 1.5 miles, which is the best that I've ever done. Not a strong runner, and clocking my pace. So whatever, I'm very happy with what I'm doing. This morning on the workout, I did back, tons of back. I did back flies, I did side raises, I did forearm curls, trying to get these forearms right because these shits are still tenderoni. And I did, some back extension things for my lower back fat. I cannot, I'm trying to focus heavily on that lower back fat because I need that to be gone. If that goes away, I'm gonna look the part a lot more for sure. Anyways, enough fitness talk. Like I said, working on the bathroom today, just sanded the bejesus out of that. So that's gonna be ready for the 3rd and final coat of mud all the way around. We'll get that done. We'll get that sanded. It'll be ready for paint. It'll be ready for Durarock. It'll be ready for tile. It'll be back together and completed next week. I was hoping this bathroom was only going to take me a week, but that was when I was hoping there was going to be flip number 5, and at this point, it doesn't really look like there's going to be that. Making some headway with getting back into cleaning, so hopefully I'll be having something to report with that maybe as early as next week. That's all I can say in relation to that. And finally, I got some big news that I want to share with y'all folks, and this is big. Yeah, it is. And this is in relation to those for sale by owner houses that I've been doing the reaction videos to. And folks, there has been a major development with the guy, one of the main guys in question. So let me break this thing down. We've done a couple of those for sale by owner reaction videos. They seem like shithole houses most of the time, they do. And basically what they're doing is they're getting these houses, however they're getting these houses, whether they're just middleman, wholesaling, subject toing, actually buying these houses and then trying to owner finance them. However they're going about acquiring these properties, they got tons of these houses and tons of these deals that they've already done, it looks like. I had mentioned that there was a news story that broke, first starting to kind of shed some light on this and expose this situation and this one guy in particular. And what the story was in relation to was the fact that somebody had gotten one of these houses and they went to go try to do the repairs on the house. They went to go try to pull permits on the house, and they weren't able to pull permits because they are not the owner of the house. The owner of the house is an LLC 72019, some shit like that. And I think it's actually a date, 7/20/19. Maybe that was like the date that they created the LLC. Pretty interesting if that's what that is. But something like that. I might be wrong about what the LLC is. Anyways, so they weren't able to do anything with the house. The city was coming saying, hey, this house is condemned. You know, you're going to need to get a structural engineer in here. Like, you bought something that, you know, you may not be able to bring back. And it probably might have to get torn down. Like I said, the news was first starting to address this in a news story that broke, and it was basically saying like this is a shady situation right here and buyer beware, do your due diligence. Well, they had also mentioned in that news story that the dude, Joey, as a matter of fact, had an upcoming court date. Folks, that court date I believe was yesterday. The news was there to confront Joey coming out of the courtroom. Should we do the reaction to that? Can we do the, you know what? Also, real quick, I'm probably gonna have to jump over to my other computer that's hooked up for doing the reaction videos. That computer's not doing very well. The fan went out on the computer, so now the computer gets super hot. I just realized it last night, and God only knows how long that computer had been running that hot, because this room had turned into a sauna. You remember when I'm doing live streams, I'm sweating, I'm like, God, it's hot in here? It's because the computer is about to explode. So let's see if we can jump on that computer, and let me share with you this insane update in relation to these for sale by owner houses. Breaking news. Start recording. Okay, testing, and better audio right now. All right, let's get into this right now, folks. Let's not even waste any time. They caught dude coming out of the courthouse. Now, I've never shown this guy before. And really, he's never really shown himself. Now, I've seen what he looks like because I've seen his Facebook page. And they're going to mention his Facebook page in this story. But the story says, broken homeless, home seller featured in 13 News Now investigation remains legal owner, judge finds. Holy shit, folks. Before we go any further with this, the judge has ruled in favor of the occupants in these houses. And again, mind you, dude has sold a ton of these houses. So basically what the judge says is, hey, you're just renting. Essentially you're just renting these houses. These people don't own these houses until that mortgage is paid, maybe 30 years down the line. Now, I'm sure there got to be some rebuttal to protect this dude. But the judge has ruled in the favor of the people living in the house. So this is how bad I feel this can get. This could be the pebble at the top of a mountain that's getting ready to snowball down the mountainside on this dude. If there's a bunch of people living in these condemnable damn near type of houses, well, the judge is saying he's the legal owner. And that could essentially lead to him being culpable and responsible and on the hook for any and all repairs that need to be done there. That's certainly what this is sounding like it could turn into. It's crazy also to mention, like I said, I've seen dude's Facebook page, and dude, he flexes. I've seen videos of him talking about, we're closing on 5 houses in one afternoon. He's killing the game. But he also made a post after the first story broke saying, FYI, something along the lines of, FYI, if I sell you a house, you're the legal owner. LOL or something like that. Anyways, this news story is going to talk about that. Also, they catch dude coming out of the courthouse. What he has to say is pretty damn crazy. Let's just go ahead and get into it.
An update now to our investigation into people buying homes only to find out they don't actually own them. New tonight, we hear from the seller after he appeared before a judge on charges related to one of those homes. He previously ignored our request for a sit-down interview. Ken Kennedy updates this 13 News Now investigation, broke and homeless.
This is crazy.
Joey, we just wanted to get your opinion on what the judge had to say.
Not today.
Joey Chinese left the Newport News courtroom with orders from a judge and questions from us. Yeah, do you want to talk before September?
I guess we'll talk. I'll set up an appointment to talk with you guys, okay?
Chinese sells homes under the LLC 72019 to people in Hampton Roads. They're often in dire disrepair. And in the case of this house on 24th Street in Newport News, in violation of city codes. City officials cited him to court for failing to maintain that property through the proper permits. The judge had to decide who is responsible for the repairs, the seller or the tenants. Our investigation last month revealed some people buying these homes began fixing them up thinking they were the legal owners. But we found in many cases it's actually the LLC. And the judge sided with the findings of our investigation, telling Chinese in court, quote, "The occupant is not the owner. Your responsibility still lies with the city as title holder."
Can you see how wild this is about to get for this dude? Mind you, this is on the news. So anybody who's bought a house from this dude is probably sitting here thinking, wait a minute, I can get this dude to do this shit. Or I can sue him for this. This is crazy. Like what I'm sharing with you, I truly feel like is the beginning of the implosion of this entire for sale by owner way of selling houses. And wait until you hear what this dude has to say in relation. Just wait till you hear what this dude has to say.
Anything you want to say to people who bought these homes who think they're the owner, but it turns out the judge said you are in fact the owner?
They have equitable interest to purchase the property, sir.
In what, 30 years' time?
Or
They have equitable interest to purchase the property. I have no idea what that means at all. The reporter would say, what, in 30 years' time?
when they prepay, when they get their credit correct, sir.
Hold on,
one of the contracts had an interest rate of close to 17%. I mean,
it doesn't sound very good what he just says right here.
Holder. Anything you want to say to people who bought these homes who think they're the owner, but it turns out the judge said you are in fact the owner?
They have equitable interest to purchase the property, sir.
In what, 30 years' time?
Or when they prepay, when they get their credit correct, sir.
Or when they prepay, or when they get their credit correct, sir. That almost sounds like a shot right there, right? That almost sounds like you know exactly who your market is. Like you know exactly who's going to be in the market to purchase a home this sort of a way.
One of the contracts had an interest rate of close to 17%. I mean, that's a little higher than you get from a normal bank today, yeah?
I guess it's about the same as a hard money loan, right?
Under oath, Chinese told the judge, quote, "I am the owner with 72019 LLC. We are the title holder until the loan is paid off." It's a change of tune from last month when, after our first story aired, this post on his Facebook page read, "If you purchase a home from me or any investor I work with, you are the legal homeowner." Tonight, that's now a claim disputed on the record by a judge.
Pretty crazy right there. Definitely want to hear what you guys have to say in relation to that. What's even more wild is the fact that this train ain't stopping. This dude is still, still carrying on business. There's still houses that he's posting videos for almost every day, it seems like. And, maybe he's going to have some grounds when it comes to him going back to court, because not only does he got to go back to court, he's got a couple of court dates upcoming. And obviously the news is following this, so I'm going to be following this, and I'm going to be sharing this with you guys, giving you my take on this. I think, like I said, this is going to be the beginning of the end of this sort of an operation. I've heard people say, you know, that flipping should be illegal. Well, it's things like this that make it that much worse. You know, from the very beginning, I always had very strong feelings about this sort of flipping. Because basically what you're doing is you're getting houses for the absolute low and you're owner financing them to people for the after repair price when that house has not even been repaired at all. And the only people who would be in the market for any type of a dealing like this are people with bad credit, people with evictions and foreclosures and who can't go get apartments or who can't get a mortgage a traditional way, or maybe somebody trying to flip a house. I'll be curious to see where all of this goes, and I'll be looking forward to sharing more in relation to this with you guys as soon as there is more to share. Now let's carry on with the rest of today. You little babies are getting a haircut today. Yes, you are. Go make sure they don't cut your beard off today, too. Alrighty. So what else we got going on for today? Well, just a couple little honey-do things around the house. I'm gonna drill a hole through my kayak. I'm gonna make me a makeshift little tripod thingamajigger off the front of it. And I'm also getting ready to go clear out my shed. I need to go through that shed and really clean that thing out because I want to try to start filming in there again to a certain degree. I got something upcoming that I think I'd like to try to explore. I'm going to do another podcast. I ain't going to keep no secrets. I'm going to do a new after prison podcast. Bigger, better than before. And what it's going to be called is the After Prison Show After Show podcast. And man, when I tell you there's going to be some guests, maybe even a special co-host. Whoo, boy, I got some ideas for this. So the After Prison Show After Show podcast is upcoming, but I thought, you know, that's a good name and all, but what if I called it the After Prison Show After Show. The After Prison Show After Show after something. Anyways, I was trying to be silly with it, but the After Prison Show After Show is gonna be, wouldn't you like to know? No, I don't know. Like, it's gonna be something. So I'm thinking about maybe we can be filming that in the shed. Maybe I can make a little podcast and live stream locale out there. We'll see. Whew. I'm running on fumes is what I feel like. 11:28 in the morning. Dogs are outside getting groomed. Mobile groomer. Thought that'd be a good business to get into. Mobile dog grooming. At one point I was thinking about that. Just got the third coat of mud on that bathroom. Probably should have filmed a little time lapse for that. I wasn't thinking about it. I was only thinking about getting the job done, getting the task at hand done, and I did. So the mess is starting to make its way out of the bathroom. The dust is. So bing bong. You see that mud on them walls? Just know Joe's level 5 in business. Yeah, I am. So after this coat, I'm thinking, man, we should be pretty freaking good. Maybe just a little bitty spot here, maybe a little spot there, but everything else should be maybe a little spot up there. Everything else should feather out and sand out quite nice. So I'll go ahead and close this window because it's about 90 degrees outside. And yeah, so this will take a little while to dry. I've been using +3 for the entirety of my mudding in here, and I'll get the paint in that bathroom maybe tomorrow. Shouldn't take too long to throw a coat of paint on the wall. And for the rest of today, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna cut a hole in the kayak, see if I can make me a little spot for a GoPro tripod, grab a couple of tools, continue cleaning out that shed, That's probably about it, man. Not a whole hell of a lot else going on for the day. Oh, I gotta show you, since I'm in here. You're just hanging out with Joe. That's all you're doing. Look at Liam's room. Look at this. My son. Look at all the little clothes he got already. My wife's been getting things. I mean, you can't imagine how excited she is about all of this, and me as well. His little blanket with the elephant. Got more glass bottles than know what to do with. So this is going to be his room. This room's going to be the next room that has to get tackled. I'll be painting this some kind of a blue. We're going to go pick out that color today. And I was thinking about, which I doubt I'll do, but I was thinking about doing a mural in here, but it's been so long since I did one of those. At least put his name on the wall. That'd be kind of cool. We'll see. Maybe I'll get a chance to do something like that. All right, let me wait on the dogs to get done and carry on. 11:55 in the morning, and I sure am hungry. I got 5 minutes till I can eat lunch, and God, I don't even know what I'm gonna eat, but I'm gonna eat something. Starving today for some reason. Anyways, hey, still waiting on the dogs to get done with the mobile groomer. They're gonna look so adorable when they get done. And I wanna show you something that I ran across. Tell me you don't know a damn thing about real estate without telling me you don't know a damn thing about real estate. So I'm a member of a lot of these different groups, and this one group, Virginia Real Estate Investors, where I kept seeing this, this post of this wholesale deal, and I'll see tons of posts like this, but this one stuck out to me because I kept seeing it so much, and I was thinking to myself, wait a minute, didn't I just see that same house like yesterday for way more money? And show shit, I did. I want to share this with you. So we got a wholesaler trying to offload one house, and then they've also got ties to a package deal, supposedly 5 houses. And for example, that 5-house deal, they're asking $165,000, and they say the ARV is $325. And a lot of people asked, is the after repair value $325 for all of the houses individually, or for all of the houses collectively? And this dude said, collectively. You're gonna buy 5 houses. Anyways, the numbers don't make any sense right there. And the numbers, well, I ain't gonna say they don't make sense on this next house, but this is just like a sign of desperation, or maybe the person that owns this house is just like, oh my God, these times that we're living in, the stock market's the worst, crypto's in the toilet, real estate is down, like, oh my God, I need to get rid of this house. Maybe they're freaking out, which is causing this dude to freak out, or maybe this dude really just don't know what the fuck he's doing, and it shows through these posts, especially the desperation and the thirst to make a dollar. It seems to me. I could be completely wrong. So we got a house here. It's a 2-1. It's 840 square feet. There's a couple of pictures of it, but it's a collage of pictures, so I can't really show you too much. I'm gonna try to show you what I can. But the house looks like, a shithole. And this house would originally start 2 days ago on Facebook saying, $25,000 is what they want for the house, saying the ARV is $85,000. I'm going to tell you right now, you could easily exceed $50,000 in reno for a house like this, especially seeing the ceiling falling down, electrical probably needs to be upgraded. It's going to need a full reno. So 50, 60,000, let's just call it 60,000. What you're into this thing for, you bought it for 25,000. Dude's saying the ARV is 85,000. He probably doesn't even know what the comps are on this thing. He doesn't really seem like he has much sense. It's not worth it at that price. If those numbers are right, it's not worth it at that price. So 1 day ago, that first one was from 2 days ago. This one's from 1 day ago, same house. Went from 25,000 to 18,000 with a couple little fire emojis behind it. 18,000, that ain't a bad deal for that house right there. And he also says, real buyers, do your due diligence. Jesus, what's going on with this house? I would never buy a house through a wholesaler who absolutely seems like they don't have a fucking clue what they're doing as this dude. Like, this dude could get you jammed up in a deal that God only knows. You know, hey, $18,000 for a house, that's a hell of a deal right there. Even if it needed $60,000 in repairs. You know, after repair value, you're saying 85. Jesus Christ, you got a fully flipped house and all you can get is 85,000 for it? You're tripping. Even at 18,000, it still ain't worth it. And then 13 hours ago, same house, 840 square feet, $14,500. This house has literally dropped $10,000 in 2 days. So what you got the house at? 10,000? What was you trying to, if you got that house at 10,000 and you were trying to sell it for 25,000, you were trying to make 15,000 just for middleman. And that's why I don't like the wholesalers at all. They try to make all this money for doing nothing. When the next guy comes in, the end buyer, he comes in and he's got to do all the fucking work. And I don't like that. It's just crazy to see that in 2 days this house dropped $10,000. I ought to hit the dude up and be like, you know, I mean, I give you like $8 grand for the house. It probably needs to be demolished. It's probably condemned beyond repair. The city wants it gone. You're probably just buying the land in an area, in a locale where shit is dirt poor. But just wanted to share. Anyways, 12 o'clock on the dot. Let's eat some lasagna. Ma! The meatloaf. Did you have a good haircut? Did you have a good haircut? They cut all your hair off. That was a little bit of excitement. If y'all ever wonder what happens to my shirt sleeves, well, this is what happens to my shirt sleeves. All right, that's all I got for today. The dogs got groomed. I worked on the bathroom a little bit, got my workout in, got my run in. Was able to share with you guys about the for sale by owner dude and how crazy all of that is. What do you think's gonna happen with that? Show you, oh, Lou, what you doing, buddy? Don't be following me around trying to bite my legs. You're a little ankle biter, living up to the name. All right, so anyways, here's my little contraption right here on my kayak. Why the hell does the light look so stupid like that? Hopefully you guys can see this. So I use some liquid nails here, and yeah, so I'll be able to, that's the best that I'm gonna have. Couldn't think of anything better. And at least I'll be able to film from the kayak, and maybe a little bit better than how I've been filming. There's the other kayak right there. That's my wife's kayak. And cleaned up the shed just a little bit. I mean, nothing great. I wanted to put more shit up there in the loft, but it's hard to do it by yourself, and I was gonna throw my back out trying to do that. So I'd like to be able to turn this into a filming area. Like we used to film the videos for After Prison Show up in here. I wanna make this a podcast area. We got the mini split system up in here, / window unit. And I'm going to do the After Prison Show after show. That is what's going to be coming here soon. So I'm thinking about having I was thinking about having a co-host, but I don't think the co-host is going to work out so well as just having guests. I think just having guests will be the best way to do it. And we'll see. Maybe starting next week, I'll be able to experiment with that a little bit. But for the time being, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I got this video to edit. Hope this was a video you guys enjoyed. I know, look, I know it's not a whole hell of a lot that I got going on right this second, but trust and believe, I'm always working on what's coming next. Talking about the podcast coming for APS, but also I wanna mention, breaking news, folks, I just ordered the magnet fishing pole, or the magnet fishing thing. So next week, maybe even earlier than that, we going magnet fishing. Now you can't really do it from a kayak. I've seen that it's not really easy, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna try and see how it works out. Also, Yeah. So we're gonna definitely have some shit going on. Thank you for taking the time. Hope this was a video you guys enjoyed. It's 4th of July weekend. Hope you guys enjoy your 4th of July. Let me know what you got planned. Let me know what you think about everything that I shared with you in this. And until tomorrow, take care.